What's up, spectators? Welcome back to another episode of Ace Attorney 6! Last time we had just accused Nana of being Queen Amara, so now we just gotta prove it. Your Eminence? If Queen Amara truly is dead, you should be able to channel her spirit right here, right now, isn't that correct? I can. Deny it no longer. The lawyer speaks the truth. Nana, the woman who stands before us, is Amara, the former queen believed to have perished 23 years ago. Finally. We finally got Inga's real killer on the stand. Nana. No, Amara. Please drop the act and tell us what really happened. Oh, come on, man. Oh, dearie me, I guess I shouldn't have underestimated the power of youth. Well done, young hornhead. Come on, here we go. Here it comes. Here it comes! I was getting tired of masquerading as an old woman anyway. It has been far too long since I last greeted you, good people of Kurain. It is I, Amara, Kurain, your former queen. Ooh, her hands are mesmerizing. Queen Amara! And I thought Garen's makeover was extreme. Can it really be true? You're alive and well. It is true, I feel as if I've been called back from the Twilight Realm. I fear I have caused you all a great deal of distress. Oh ho ho ho. I want to stare at the hands, it's so smooth. Like a windmill. I'm sorry I was unable to keep your secret any longer. I hope you can forgive me. It's quite alright, Garen, I'm safe now. For Dirk, that blackguard who threatened my life will be recaptured soon enough. I need not conceal my identity any longer. Queen Amara! What does this all mean? Were you not killed in that fire 23 years ago? I barely escaped that blaze with my life. But though I survived, I knew that scoundrel would make further attempts on my life. She's actually bad? Therefore I staged my death and abdicated the throne to my dear younger sister Garen. But the building of that great tomb, and disguising yourself as a lowly servant, why would you do such a thing? Garen, I would have you explain. I wish for her to be close at hand. It was the only way I felt I could protect her. And it was the best way to hide her from the eyes of the public. After all, who could conceive of Amara lowering her station to that of a servant? She's got that right. Even Dirk thought Amara was being held captive in some far-off place. He never even guessed she was living as a servant, right in plain sight. I must say, a life dedicated to the servitude of others is not the least bit disagreeable. It is a quiet, humble existence, far removed from the tedium of regal duties. But those days of peace have ended. And it's all because of you, Hornhead. You should consider yourself lucky if that's all this ends with. If there is something you wish to say, then say it. It doesn't matter who you are, you won't escape the crime you committed. The defense moves to indict you as Justice Minister Inga's real killer. You would accuse Queen Amara of homicide? A grand priestess of Kurainism, you can't do that. She's virtually a goddess in the eyes of her people. If you commit the crime, you'd better be ready to do the time. What a lame, cheesy thing to say. Be you a priest, saint, queen, or god. I've never met such an egalitarian person. I don't know why I said it that way. Egalitarian. Queen Amara, in your years disguised as Nina, you would have learned about Minister Inga's disorder. So you knew you could dress in Dirk's clothes to forge a convincing seance vision. Isn't that right? Oh ho 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 ho. What a curious character you are. You would label me a murderer. Me, the one who the people regarded as the reincarnation of the Holy Mother herself. You may be a grand figure in Kurainism, but as a foreigner, you're just another suspect to me. It would appear your words are not in jest. Am I to suffer the sullying of my good name with accusations of murder most foul? Please, Queen Amara, forgive his impudence. The lawyer knows not what he speaks. Fear not, good magistry, for this is the sacred hall of justice. Though I am a grand priestess on this stand, I am but a witness like any other. I shall face his accusations with grace and benevolence. Your compassion overfloweth your mercifulness. Oh, young lawyer. In my benevolence, I must warn you that your assertion suffers from a tragic flaw. There's a flaw? Nayuda. Yes, your mercifulness. Who was present in the tomb when the murder was discovered? Dirk Sadmati, Maya Vey, and the victim Minister Inga. I see. That is a fatal flaw indeed. It appears Queen Amara couldn't possibly have gone to the tomb as Minister Inga. Why not? Do not keep the defense waiting, Nayuda. Explain how wrong he truly is. Yes, your mercifulness. Her benevolence, Princess Raifa saw Minister Inga enter the tomb around 2:30. Yet you, the defense, claim the person she saw was the minister being channeled by Queen Amara. However, if her mercifulness had channeled him and moved to the tomb, then once she was done channelings, Queen Amara would have re-emerged and been left stuck in the tomb. Had she tried to exit before you all arrived, Princess Raifa, who had been looking down upon the courtyard, would have seen her. However, her benevolence saw nothing of the sort. In conclusion, Queen Amara could not have left the tomb without being observed. And yet, was she there in the tomb when the murder was discovered, defense? That's why we got two possibilities. One, the evidence of the gunfire and the mannequin thing being broken. Or, hiding in the coffin. Now do you see? Your flimsy claim has been uprooted like a sapling in a flood. That was entertaining. Prosecutor Sadmati. Assume the prosecution of this case and clear your mother's good name. You wish for me to take over? Yes, prosecute your father to save your mother. What a poignant fate you bear, but bear it you must. Are you ready? Yes, your eminence. And there you have it, your majesty. I shall watch the rest of the proceedings from the sidelines. I relinquish complete control of this sacred hall to your authority once more. Why, thank you, your eminence. Now then, your mercifulness. Your testimony, if you please. Now I shall destroy your utterly absurd and barbarous theory. I was not anywhere near the tomb following the murder. Were your theory correct, I would have been in the tomb once I had stopped channeling. My husband Dirk is the killer, but he has fled from this sacred hall. May the Holy Mother rain judgment upon the traitor Dirk Saltmani for his crimes. Such marvelous testimony. You're truly a treasure, your mercifulness. This too is but by the grace of her holiness. No doubt my unmasking here today was her will as well. Oh my. The Holy Mother, you say? Yes, surely her holiness has guided me to this witness stand. Oh my. Look at that tiger's face. And to the purity of truth. Oh, how magnificent, Queen Amara, the Holy Mother's messenger here on earth! Praise be for Queen Amara! Blessings, blessings! Where do those animals even come from? The Disney store? Now then, the defense may question the witness. But remember, she is a Grand Priestess, so disrespect will not be tolerated. That means no pointing out conflicts, inconsistencies, or any of the flaws in her testimony. My theory is utterly absurd and barbarous. And high-handed, if I may say so. Nayuta was right to call you putrid-minded. Surely even the monkeys of Mount Pony's holy waterfalls could devise a better theory. Surely you could steal better insults than Nayuta's best. Now then, to all of you gathered in this sacred hall, need I remind you? Hold it! Well, maybe you're hiding inside the sarcophagus. After all, it does technically belong to you. I bet you'd have no trouble opening it. If I had been in there, I could not be here today, for the tomb has been under constant surveillance since the murder. I would have never been able to leave. I guess not. If I might ask, what's in that sarcophagus anyway? You're still alive, so... There is despair, sadness, hatred, and malice. Only one brave enough to see the truth hidden deep within. Could discover the final hope, my continued corporeality. Corporeality, there we go. You completely lost me. In other words, it's empty. But no one dared to open it because they were too scared of the curse. Now, will you dispense with your theory? It is as empty as my sarcophagus. Hold it! I'll admit you were to the tomb after the murder. Very good, but that very truth refutes your theory. Even if I had channeled Minister Ringa and entered the tomb, the moment I ceased channeling him, I would have re-emerged at the crime scene. Precisely. As you said yourself, Defense, Queen Amara was not there after the murder. The only living souls in the tomb at the time were Dirk Saltmani and Maya Fey. Be it in this life or the next. There is no escaping such simple truths. My husband in Dirk is the killer, but he has fled from his sacred hall. This sacred hall. There must be a reason why he had to make his escape today. A reason? Perhaps. Perhaps to conceal himself and lie in wait for another chance to claim my life. What's this? Objection! No, it's definitely not like that, your mercifulness. First of all, you don't really believe he's trying to kill you, do you? After all, you two ran off together after he rescued you all those years ago. That was only because he had the audacity to claim it wasn't me, you must believe me. It was my duty as a wife to her husband. To bend an ear to him, was it not? Communication after disagreement is the secret to a long and happy marriage. Sure, I guess. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Don't ask me. That is why I listened to Turk. However, he didn't have a shred of evidence to support his claim. It grieves me to admit it, but my husband truly did try to murder me. That's quite enough. It's abundantly clear that Queen Amara's testimony is flawless. Do you understand now, lawyer? This is bad. The judge isn't going to let me cross-examine her much longer. Amara should have been in the tomb after the minister's murder, but she wasn't. I don't get it. How did she just vanish from the scene of the crime like that? It shouldn't be possible for normal people to. Maybe. Maybe what? Your Majesty, I think I explain why Queen Amara wasn't there in the tomb after the murder. Very well, defense, do explain. I believe it was accomplished through a method only she is capable of. And by using this special method, it would be possible for her to literally disappear. Well, don't keep us waiting. Let's hear it. How did Queen Amara disappear from the tomb? All she had to do was channel someone. Then she could easily disappear from the scene of the crime. After all, she would literally be someone else. Why, I believe that actually makes sense. What do you have to say to that, Queen Amara? You believe that I, a Grand Priestess, would use the sacred power of spirit channeling to commit murder. What the? Mercy or mercifulness! How dare you spew such vile blasphemy, defense! You'll retract your last statement, or face immediate execution. No, good Majesty, it is quite all right. Kurainism also teaches that we must respond at all times with reason principle. Therefore, I shall offer a measured response to his blasphemous accusation. You have something to counter with? Indeed. Now, are you listening? It would not have been possible to simply vanish by means of spirit channeling. After all, it would require a deceased person to channel. However, there was only one murder victim in the tomb. And that was Minister Inga, the only other there right after this murder. Were Dirk and Miss Faye, had I channeled Inga as you allege, well, the outcome would have been quite odd to say the least. For there, beside the dead minister, a living, breathing one would have appeared. Even if I had been in the tomb, there was no one to channel except the deceased minister. So you see, I could not have vanished by means of spirit channeling. That's true, but I can't rule it out yet. Because, well, what if there was another victim? Someone we haven't identified yet. How absurd. If you channeled someone other than Minister Inga, you could have used their identity to disappear from the tomb. Another victim. Queen Amara. Please add your last statement to your testimony. This could explain everything. Wasn't there some sign of another victim there in the tomb? Like blood? Why do I sense I'm not gonna like what I'm about to find out? Ba-bum-bum. Wait, that's not it. Was it this one?
Objection!
Ah, shoot. What could it be? Oh! Not this. This.
Objection!
Ah, shoot. What could it be? Looks like you're having a tough time there. Isn't that obvious? Well, I've been watching you defend since you first started, so yeah. And from where I sit, I wonder if there isn't something about that one statement. What? I already knew there was that one statement. Gosh darn it! Help me with the evidence. Well, that'd be weird. I almost want to present it.
Objection!
Ah, well, I should have presented Apollo's father. Wouldn't that be interesting? Using Apollo's father. Sorry if I'm quiet, I'm just thinking right now. It was... Wait. Oh, wait, oh, sorry. I gotta do this first.
Hold it!
This is a bit of a long conversation.
Objection!
So it was the bloodstain. But it was identified, so I wasn't sure. Can't believe I'm presenting this. But it proves that there was another... Wait a minute. Is Dirk dead? Dirk disappears. Nana returns. Yo! Dirk is dead! Dirk's been dead the whole... Not the whole time, obviously. I just felt like saying that. Oh... Wait! Does blood change when you summon? Maybe I'm getting over my head. Still, the only ones there at the scene of the crime were... No, it can't be! Would the defense care to share something with us? Queen Amara, you knew, didn't you? Whatever are you talking about? If you won't tell this court, then I will. Well, don't keep us waiting. This case includes a second victim. One of the two people found alive in the tomb after the minister's murder was actually already dead. But a second victim, Apollo. Queen Amara, after you channeled Mr. Ink, I moved to the tomb. You vanished from the scene of the crime by channeling the other victim. That explains why no one found you after the murder was discovered. Oh, you putrid pepper of all the half-witted buffoonery to come tumbling out of your lips. But suppose I indulge you and play along with your little delusion. Tell me, Mr. Justice, who was the other victim? It's Dirk! It's Dirk! Dirk is dead! What? How long? There's no way this could be true. But I can't stop now. If this is the truth, it's the only something. The other victim was Queen Amara Child was... Dirk! Listen, son, even if you manage to prove me innocent tomorrow, I don't have long to live. There's no escaping death now that it has its sights set on me. Dirk knew everything. But he couldn't bring himself to tell me! I have one more big secret. I'm afraid I can't tell you what it is. I'd be betraying a certain someone if I did. He couldn't accuse the love of his life. The sad truth is, the other victim channeled by Amara was...
Take that!
You can't. That's not possible! The defendant, Dirk Sadmati, is the one Queen Amara channeled. He's the other victim. This is insanity. Apollo, what are you? Do you realize what you're proposing?
Objection!
I demand an explanation, Mr. Justice. Oh shoot, I skipped it, hold on. I don't know when or why Dirk was murdered, but the facts and evidence speak for themselves. And this is where they've led me. I see. After Inga's murder, Dirk and Maya were the only ones in the tomb. But if one of them was actually dead and being channeled by Amara... But it can't be, can it? Dirk's bloodstain at the scene of the crime was the clincher for me. He wasn't even injured, so how could he have possibly bled that much? The only logical explanation is... Dirk had also been murdered.
Objection!
That's enough! Your explanation cannot be the truth, and you would not dare to claim to have proof to support your assertion. I wish it weren't true. I wish with all my heart that I'm wrong. But as much as I don't want to believe it, yes, I can prove it. Dirk's killer must have hidden his body. It would have to be somewhere nobody would ever look, and there's only one such place. You truly have proof. The fastest way would be to actually have someone go check the tomb. Go check the tomb? But why? Because I believe Dirk's killer hid his body here.
Take that!
You would suggest Queen Amara's sarcophagus, the only place in the tomb that no one would dare to look. Plus, a killer would soon become trapped by hiding in there. But a body? Well, that's a horse of a different color. Which means... I believe we must search the sarcophagus at once. Your Eminence? Being that Queen Amara yet lives, I trust we may now open it. If we must. Your Majesty, I believe Detective Sky is still there at the tomb. Let us contact her at once and have her conduct a full investigation into the matter. Death by gunshot wound, no doubt. Now then, Detective Sky, your report if you please. I'll start with my findings. Please let me be wrong about this. I just want things to be as they were. A search of the sarcophagus revealed a body that appears to be several days old. A body? Detective Sky, tell me it wasn't Dirk. Tell me my whole theory was completely off base. I have a photo of the body, and I have positively identified it as... Dirk Sadmati. And this is where I'm going to end the video here today. As soon as he's done. Stay tuned tomorrow for the next episode! And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.